Okay, so I'm back. So those shitty movies like 1920s, like Frankenstein, and I don't even know some of the names. There's Black Sunday and all these movies. All of them are terrible, and they are a waste of time. And they all just represent poor movies, poor movie choices, and poor cast of characters. And they'll hire just about anybody, right? Those movies are made based off hiring just about anybody. Um, and they have nothing. They have nothing to offer. There's no script. There's no character development. There's none of that, and it just proves to you not only America's poor ability to make anything, right? Any production, any means of production, terrible, right? It's terrible. I don't organize a company. I can't even organize myself or even get my peers to respect me. How am I supposed to organize a company or whatever? And these people, they decided our fates before they even happened. It's like, oh, we already knew that the world would be overpopulated and we would just have an endless supply of people whose lives wouldn't matter because we already exhausted, we already explored, we already quantified, we already been everywhere, and their lives are just they shouldn't exist. They don't exist because we existed and we created these movies and we were actors and we were athletes and everybody's watching us for whatever reason. And I didn't even develop a reason or like a purpose of why I would want to be like one of these actors or athletes. um you know uh you know it's horrifying. It's absolutely terrible, and it's just the dogma part. I didn't mention climate change, mental health issues, being born with some incurable disease. um I didn't even start. I didn't even get in there. I didn't even get into that. Uh I didn't even cross the threshold to get there. And so, we talk about each of these issues. I'm laughing because it's like people are going to watch these videos and they're like, he's weak, and we'll laugh at him, and they'll see it as a reason to just go on with their lives. That there's this one person who's weaker, who noticed these things, noticed these shitty movies, and these people who, for some reason, they even exist. Like that, the parents actually decided, to actually, have such a person exist, and who these people are, and why they deserve to retire peacefully, live 40, 30, 60 years. I don't know, and if it's because they felt like their lives had no meaning, well, their lives had no meaning. So why would they, why would they go forward? Their lives had no meaning to begin with, so nobody should give a fuck about them. Like, like, like our lives have meaning. A person who's working as a paramedic, their lives should or would have meaning, right? So they should be doing. So these issues, they're all like if you break it down and you slowly try to put it together like a puzzle piece, you actually might start to get somewhere. But like, people can easily put two and two together, and I have no intention of telling people like I have no intention of telling people like what they can or can't say. It's not my purpose, it's not my goal. I have no intention of uh uh you know um I have no intention of pursuing any message, any legal action, anything like that. That's not the purpose of these videos. But like, realistically, if you stop time and you fix those little things, like the Canada Wonderland situation, or um, like Canada's Wonderland, or some other thing, like, obviously, like, you could. Now, granted, you wouldn't want to fix all these situations because some of them, people deserve whatever happened. They deserve whatever came to them, and that was that, right? And like, it's horrible to some extent, and I'm sure like the little frustrations of the real world, everybody has them, right? Because we know it and we experience it. I hope so. I hope we all can come to terms with that. We can lie to ourselves. You can, build yourself like a coat, to try to protect yourself and whatever. But like, you know, um, I don't know what we're dealing with here. I don't know if we're dealing with like an alien race, or if the boogeyman is the human being the whole time. Um, like, I'll admit it. Like, I'll be the first one to admit it. Everybody fucking knows that I intentionally, move around and meet people and do things, and um, read the news, so I don't end up in a situation where somebody does get pissed off at me at something that I said, or so I don't come off as insensitive. And at this point, you don't know. There's no information. You don't know any of these things. You didn't know about tragedies in the making, tragedies that are occurring because I'm here talking, tragedies because of the past and inaction by, maybe the police or a group of people or an organization or the government, whoever we will blame, right? I don't know if being a student of a university or college makes you a government affiliated or not. I mean, technically every citizen is government affiliated to like the country, but again, you can't play neutral in this time period, and I understand that, and I don't pretend to be neutral, and I said that in the previous video. And I don't make these videos for attention either. If I was making these videos for attention, I would I'd be making these videos for attention, right? I'd like if it was an IQ issue, right, that these actors and athletes, did what they did and they were scared if they didn't. And I mean, if it was an IQ issue, if it was an attention span issue, like the person has ADD, ADHD, simply because they're just understimulated, that is an issue I would want to personally explore.